Hello.
Hi.
Can everybody hear us? Sponsored by the Lions Den this week. The sales team was hard at work. Can you guys hear us? Just want to make sure. All right. This is Samantha. If you missed last week, do you like my sunglasses, by the way? I just got them today. What do you think? You want to wear them?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm ready. Oh, it looks so weird in these. I don't know why. It looks so weird in these.
You don't want to wear them?
No.
Okay.
Just like.
All right. I have some questions submitted in advance on Twitter, and Samantha wanted to show you her art project that she made. All right. Can we hold it up for the camera?
Yeah.
Right. For the Olympics, she made this guy. Samantha loves to draw, right? What's your favorite thing to draw?
Cats and like pets and all that. I like to draw. I started drawing like this. I started drawing like little pets and eggs.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started to. The way I draw like this is the eyes. Like I make them circles like this.
Fantastic. You know what I like too? I like how you always make the arms coming right out of the neck. Arms out of the neck. My favorite. All right. Should we, do you want to tell anything else? What are we doing?
All right. I have some other stuff in my
What do you have?
Lots of stuff.
Okay. She has lots of stuff to share with you. Tonight, by the way, the cocktail of choice is from Uncle Bo Bishop. It is some bourbon, 116 proof. I'm sure Bone has some too. Aged in a Cabernet wine bottle. So, mazel tov.
I have some other things.
Would you like a sip?
No way.
No, it'll burn your eyebrows
No.
off. All right, what is this? What do you want to show now?
Yeah, it's me.
That's you? I haven't
Yeah,
seen this
it's
yet.
me.
When did you make this?
Oh, I made it today.
Googly eyes Samantha. Where's
Where's
your nose?
I don't make noses on people.
Where's your eyebrows?
Well, I think I look weird with eyebrows on my. Seriously, I look so weird like in real life without eyebrows.
Samantha has 1 week of camp left, right?
Mm-hmm.
She's doing Kid Strong camp next week. Can you show me your muscles? All right. Kid Strong camp next week. She takes piano lessons, and you're getting pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You're learning how to read music. You're learning chords and stuff like that. You're also taking vocal lessons. She goes to School of Rock. What's your teacher's name?
Miss Allison.
Do you think Miss Allison's in this chat right now?
No.
No? You don't think so? She doesn't listen to the show?
Yeah.
Okay. And you said you want to be in a rock band?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. What's your favorite band of all time?
My favorite band is probably Oasis.
Oasis? Good call. What about Taylor Swift?
Oh, yeah. She's like my fifth favorite.
Fifth favorite? All right, well then go down the list.
Oasis, Noel Gallagher.
Noel Gallagher's in Oasis, but you like the solo stuff.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
I like his brother too.
Liam?
Yeah.
They hate each other.
I know, but I like him.
Okay.
Like physically.
Physically?
Physically?
What does that mean? You want to have romance with him? What does that mean? All right. Oasis, Noel Gallagher, Liam. Who else?
One of my favorite bands is also Billy Joel.
Billy Joel, right? I've seen Billy Joel before.
You have?
Yes, many times.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay, so Oasis, Billy Joel. I know you like Collective Soul, right?
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna have some homework. I'm gonna assign some homework to all the people out there today, right?
Okay.
I've got some stuff I want them to listen to, and I have some stuff I want them to read before the next I give homework here, dude.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, this is school then.
This is
Oh,
school.
well,
That's right.
I'll go get a pencil.
Collective Soul has a new album out. It's a double album. I think it's very good for old men. I want you to listen to that. It's called Here to Eternity, right? I have some other listening stuff too, and I have a book that we're going to discuss. And you know what else I have? I got so much crap here.
Is this school or you signing them?
I
homework?
have my old yearbook from 1993.
Oh, I've seen this.
I know, and that's why I took it out, because you were reading some of the things that people said about me, and everybody here, like this one. This is from a girl named Lindsay, who I have no idea who this is, okay?
Well,
But here's what she wrote. This is 6th grade, okay? Mike, even though you bugged the crap out of me, I want to tell you to have a great summer. So pretty much like half of these are, I hate you, you're annoying, but you're funny.
but look, this one.
Hi, Mike, you're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that one. Hey, Mike, have a great summer, friends forever? Question mark. I don't remember you, so I guess not. This one is the most generic one ever. It was nice knowing you. Katie Hughes.
Katie Hughes? Who's that?
I don't remember. So I was, how old are you in 6th grade? Like 11, 12?
Not 11.
Well, how old are you? I think it's like that.
Oh, no. Like
You want to see my
10?
picture too?
Oh, your picture's
This is-
so weird.
Well,
Oh, you look like a 4-year-old boy.
That's me right here.
You look like a
How do I look?
4-year-old boy. You look like a 4-year-old boy.
Will you go watch the Olympics with your mother?
I will.
Say goodbye to everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Go dry mom's tears for the
Ah,
Olympics.
Okay.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye now. Close that door, will you, please?
Okay.
Okay. Now, close the door. Now we have privacy. So I can tell you about our sponsor this week. I told you this was going to happen. So the sales department gets their clutches and things, and that's the end of that. But I am proud to have the Lion's Den as a sponsor. I am not proud that they have not given me any product placement so far, because I want to have like dildo hats and whatever. And I saw that our gal Angela, who makes cakes, she won like a $50 gift card to the Lion's Den 4 years ago and has never used it. Well, she's had 2 kids since then, so you're doing something. 6 Columbus locations, and here's what you need to know. When you want to get kinky, that's the place to go. When you want to do just straight missionary, which I approve of, that's the place to go. Whether you're a freak or whether you're just looking for a nice Friday night, sensual, that's the place to go. Lion's Den. And here's why you should support them, because they support us. Thank you. I have questions in advance, and I'm going to try and read as many questions as I can on the chat as well. What do we got? It would be tough to do the show with a ball gag in. I'm up for the challenge. Okay. I also need to get some like professional lighting in here, because this overhead lighting is making me look even uglier than I am. You talking about the Dublin parents allowing partying was the most real shit ever. So ridiculous. Trust me, I know. Now, thankfully, we live in a neighborhood with some really good parents and people that have good heads on their shoulders. So I'm not worried about her hanging out here. But there are too many parents that want to pretend like they're 18 years old, and they have the duck lips photos with their daughters and stuff like that. And they get Botox shot up their hoo-ha, whatever the hell they're doing. It's annoying. How's the weight loss going? I'm down 20 pounds so far. So I got about 20 left to go. And look at that total gym back there. Can you see it? It's my friend. I've been using it, that and the elliptical. I'm like a young schoolboy again. Virile. What's more likely, you get a puppy or Kristen finds the AC unit outside? Well, she found it now because I shamed her into it. We lived in this house for over 10 years. Where's the AC unit? I actually had a question on Twitter asking me if I used that voice in front of her. The answer is yes. but the voice that I dip into the most is the Queen. It amuses me. So is this a bad time to mention I put nacho fries on my taco tonight? God bless you. Be your kid's friend after they move out. That's a good call. I like that. I get asked sometimes like what type of parent that I am. Now, again, I'm sure this will all change as she ages. She's 7.5. So I can only speak to parenting a 7-year-old right now. Now she's 7 going on 40. She's very mature, but think I'm loving yet strict. And she respects me for it. And here's the good thing too. Here's how I know I'm doing a decent job. I asked her the other day if you could have 2 words to describe me, what would it be? And she said, funny and happy. And I don't think I'm either of those things. So good news, I'm hiding all my dementia from her. She's going to get it anyway, though. It's genetics. I love the Top Gear posters in the background. That's right. They're actually like little pieces of metal that are magneted. Magneted? I don't know. To the wall. Who's here? Max is here. Hey, T-Bone's here. Are you drinking this, Bone? Is yours 106? Did you get the same thing that I got? The 116 proof? Where did he get these? Are these from Watershed? Are they from High Banks? I don't know. Please tell me. They're good. It's good. Smooth. Oh, Jen is here too. Fish is here. Cody's here. It's High Bank. He just told me it's High Bank. All right, let me get on Twitter and answer some questions. And I did this last week, but I'll just remind you, my screen's down here, but I know it's annoying when somebody just looks down here constantly. I'm going to try and make super creepy eye contact with you for the entire thing. First place you wash and the last when showering. First place I wash is like my pits. The last place I wash is my hair. Scandalous. Toilet paper wiping etiquette. Folder or water? Maybe a little bit of both, combination of both. Toothpaste on the brush or tongue? Who the hell puts toothpaste on the tongue? It goes on the brush. Then the brush goes on the tongue. What are we, psychopaths? Who are your favorite players all time from OSU football and the White Sox? OSU football, longtime listeners already know the answer to this question. Who knows it? Raise your hand. I can't see you. Joe Germain is the answer. Joe Germain was the first Buckeye player that I really, truly fell in love with. And I think if you put Joe Germain in a modern college football offense, we'd win every single game by 50 points. That's how much I love Joe Germain. And I'm also asked by people why I don't have Joe Germain on the show before, or why I have had him on the show. Why don't I have him on the show now? The answer is, if you've ever heard Joe Germain talk, he's a very nice guy, but in a 4-minute interview, I would ask him 97 questions. He's just not, he doesn't elaborate. So he's best when left on football tape. White Sox. I'm partial to the team that won the World Series in 2005. So Mark Buehrle, workhorse, 200 innings every single year, not flashy, didn't strike a lot of guys out, but he was on the World Series team, gave me a no-hitter where he actually faced the minimum in that game. He walked Sammy Sosa when Sammy Sosa was playing for the Texas Rangers and then promptly picked him off first base. So that was the only blemish in that no-hitter. And then on top of that, threw a perfect game. Now, do you know how odd it is? Like, we think about no-hitters and perfect games. Usually, they're big strikeout guys who just have tremendous stuff and you can't touch them. Mark Buehrle pitched to contact, and he pitched 200 innings every single year. And he's a big hillbilly from Missouri who likes to hang out with his dogs and couldn't give 2 shits about baseball now. And I respect the hell out of that. He went to work every single day. He did his job. He never, ever shook off his catcher. Ever. He threw whatever was put down. He was a quick worker. My guy. I love you. Everybody from that team. Paul Konerko, Aaron Rowand, AJ Pierzynski. Yes. I got to pace myself on this stuff, man. This will put hair on you. When will Mrs. Common Man be joining you on the broadcast? I've told her she has to come on one of these. She has agreed, but not today. She's watching the Olympics and crying. As a fellow fat guy, what's your wing order and what's the best place to get wings? I like a Rooster's wing. I go all drums. I don't like the flaps. I don't like to stick my tongue in there. Creeps me out. I usually ask for extra sauce because sauce can be hit and miss. If I'm having a wing, I want a sloppy wing. I want something to drip down my chin. I also dip in blue cheese. Ranch is for idiots. I can't get over the more people you can't picture having sex. The correct answer is Brandon Beam. Is Beamer in here? Because I don't know how he had that wonderful kid. I can't picture Beamer ever taking his clothes off, let alone having sex. I think he used a turkey baster. What is the greatest food dish Italy has contributed to the world? Pizza, the concept of pizza. Now, Americans have perfected pizza. America is truly a pizza haven. Even people from Italy will come over here on pizza tours. Trust me. Was the chili dog the worst thing you've seen eaten in the studio? Yes, it was pretty foul. It was rotten. All right, let me get back to, I don't want to ignore the chat either. Oh, you know what we can do? Because we're talking about pizza. Hold on, please stand by. I also want to point out that I'm wearing my Jeff Rimmer t-shirt today because Rimmer said he was going to watch. I get a lot of you asking me, even though I've not lived there in close to 25 years, hey, I'm going to Chicago. Where should I get pizza? There's so many different styles of pizza. Okay, what do you want? You want deep dish pizza? You want stuffed pizza? You want thin tavern style pizza? You want a deep caramelized pan pizza? There's a million, right? This is a good book. Chicago Pizza Guide, Steve Dolinsky. Steve Dolinsky's been a food guy in Chicago for years on local news. He hosts a pizza podcast, and he understands the true essence of Chicago pizza. He will point you in the direction of good places that have thin crust. He will point out the differences between all the styles. So if you are, I love about it's food porn. We got pictures all over the place. Also, if you're getting a thin crust pizza, this is how the bottom of it should look. Cooked. We're looking for crispy here. Also, here's a pet peeve of mine. Ready? Hold on. Pet peeve sometimes is that there are so many damn toppings on the pizza, you cannot properly brown the cheese. This is how pizza should look. We should be able to see cheese. Where is it? No, it's here. I'll get a better picture. That sucked. Well, you know what? And this picture sucked. I don't know why he took this picture. This is what you should not do for pizza. Look at that. This one over here looks like a fetus. This one up here, Gio's Pizza, that's the way cheese should look. All right, so this is the book. This is your homework. Go to Amazon, buy it. Also, I have, you know what? I'm going to put my Chicago hat on now that we're talking about this. This is a Chicago flag hat. Also, what else? Oh, music things. I told you about the new Collective Soul CD, which I enjoy. Other hidden gems for you. I've talked about this band before. To me, they are one of the most underrated bands to come out of the 90s. Fuel. It's a good one. Sunburn. Also, if we're talking classics and underappreciated, I don't need to tell you anything. Okay? Stone Temple Pilots, purple. I encourage you to listen to those things. St. Louis Provel cheese, babies. I'll tell you what, St. Louis people love it. I've had it. It's fine. I don't need to have it again. Thank you. Thoughts on Skyline Chili? Seems to be love or hate it kind of place. I didn't grow up with it, right? I will eat it. They bring it into the radio station sometimes, and I'll eat it happily. To me, I'm not a big fan of the cinnamony type spices in the chili. I'm just not used to it. It's not what I grew up eating. And I think if you grew up eating it like you had it when you were 7, something happens to your brain. It's almost like getting a childhood vaccine. You get a little bit of the vaccine when you're a little kid, and then your body remembers it. And so when you come across measles in everyday life, your body knows how to handle it. I didn't get cinnamon chili when I was a kid. My body does not know how to handle it. Temple of the Dog, yes. What's the most physically laboring thing you've ever done for the show? Oh, man. I don't know. I think Spielman made me do a show once, like on a treadmill, I think. But really just doing the show. I say this to people and they think I'm kidding. Like when the show's over, I am physically wiped because it's not natural to just put all your emotions at level 10 for 3 hours every single day. I mean, I hope it makes for good radio, right? But it's not natural for your body to do that. When I was a younger guy, I had no problems. I would just get off the air, go about my day. Now I have half an hour to drive home, and I need that half an hour to sort of decompress. During COVID, when I was working from the basement and all I had was time was to walk up the steps, and then I was all of a sudden husband and dad again, I was wiped. I couldn't refresh myself. What do we got? Can you tell the Lou Holtz story? Yes, I can, because we're on YouTube and there's no rules here. So my buddy, Keith Allen, who now works at CNN, he lives in Atlanta. But back when we were on the AM on 1460, he was my producer and we'd hang out all the time. Keith, very funny guy. If you remember that far back and remember like fake Lou Holtz and fake Joe Paterno, he did all those voices, okay? Funny guy from New York, Syracuse, New York, with Gomer Pyle. He's a big Yankee fan, has Yankee tattoos on his person. And so he used to work in South Carolina for the Gamecocks radio network. And part of his job was to produce the weekly Lou Holtz call-in show when Lou Holtz was the coach down in South Carolina. And so just that day, Keith had gotten into an argument with his program director. Keith had said, you know what? I think it's ridiculous. We don't have a delay system on our airwaves. What if someone comes in and they have foul language? We're going to get hit by that. The FCC fines are tremendous, right? Because someone like Jen Winters comes in and just goes, fuck, fuck, fuck all day long. So he said, we need some sort of delay. The program director said, it's too expensive to buy the delay system. We can't do it. So that day was the Lou Holtz call-in show. Lou Holtz would always come in every single week for his call-in show with 2-foot-long hot dogs in each hand. And he would take huge, like cone heads eating Subway subs. There's a reference nobody gets. He would take these huge bites of the hot dog and just polish them off in 2 minutes before the show started. This little tiny stick guy would eat these huge hot dogs and then sit down and do an hour-long radio show. So they're taking calls, as they do. One of the calls had a very regular question to ask of the coach. Hey, coach, what do you think of the offensive line? Whatever the question was. And the host of the show decided for some reason, instead of saying, hey, thanks for the question, coach answered it. He goes to the caller. So do you have anything else to say to the coach? And then the caller says, yeah, coach, I got a question. What are your thoughts on Big Black Cock? No delay. Everyone was white as a ghost. Couldn't do anything about it. Long story long. Next day at the radio station, I have no idea how they got it there so fast. Delay system installed. I have no idea if they had serious complaints or if they had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines. But that is a story I am never going to forget. And now, hopefully, you won't either. Hardest you've ever laughed in the studio? I don't remember, but I know that there have been several times where I just couldn't stop. I couldn't catch my breath. It does not happen often. I'm a tough laugh. A lot of the laughs that you'll hear me do on the air are fake, to be honest with you. Not because I don't find something clever or humorous. It just takes a lot to make me laugh. So when I start to get that where I can't even breathe, that's real. I go from 0 to 60 on the laugh scale. T-Bone, why are you baiting me? Will you go with me to Ace of Cups to see Chris Blaine's thrash band? If not, why do you hate him? I'll hang up and edge. I didn't know what edge meant today. I didn't know what that meant. I don't know why you want to prolong the orgasm. That's stupid. You go, and if the person's hot enough, you go again. Or you're young enough, you go again. Me and my dad love pinball machines and stand-up arcades. Do you like any stand-up arcade games? I did when I was a kid. I mean, I haven't played them in forever, but when I was back when I was banging, I had all my allowance spent on Street Fighter II at the Walmart that was within bike riding distance of my house. And that was the first time, speaking of the theme of the show, sponsored by Lion's Den, that I actually found out about what a condom was. So I ride my bike to the Walmart. I go inside with my friend Johnny Bondi, and we play Street Fighter II until we run out of quarters. And then we come back out, and I noticed something odd on my handlebar, sort of placed on top of that. It looked like a plastic bag, but it was sticky and gross. I sort of poked at it a little bit. I didn't know what it was. And my friend Johnny, who was probably about a year and a half older than I was, laughed and said, "That's a condom. Someone put a condom on your bike." And I said, "What the hell is a condom?" He then explained it to me, and I promptly threw up. I somehow got it off my handlebar, ran home, and then lit the bike on fire and said, "Mom, don't do that again." Lightly used, yeah. Funniest thing I ever heard you say was that since Wisconsin couldn't keep coaches, was Barry Alvarez flatulence was so bad it peels paint off the walls. I don't remember that. But doesn't Barry Alvarez look like he farts heavy? He does to me. Feels like Mike is staring into my soul. Don't you like it when I'm looking right at you? I hate when I watch these things and people are like, so anyway, that's just for you, Jen. What hasn't he mentioned? What does that mean? Oh, this happened to him last week. Yeah, with the condom thing? Yeah. Bread recipe, please. You're not ready for bread. I'm going to give you meat sauce. I'm telling you, I'm going to work on it tomorrow. The girls are going out back to school shopping for assless chaps and stuff. So I got all day. The recipe's here, but I'm going to write it down. And then hopefully we can get it on the website next week because I'm not sending out 10,000 emails again. Funniest you've ever made me laugh was when you said, if your baby is ugly, that's what dumpsters are for. These are all absurd jokes. I hope we all know that. Thank you. And I say, I'm sure everybody here knows that, but you would be amazed. Not so much anymore because it's been over 20 years and I've weeded all these people out. You would be amazed at the type of emails and complaints that I've gotten thinking that what I say is real. Here's the reality. I don't want to eat you. Okay? I'm not interested. Do I care if you eat me? No. Want to know why? I'm dead. So if you want to make fajitas out of my loin, go ahead, do it. Non-Tucker toilets. Explain the Tucker toilet. You know what the Tucker toilet is. Think of the first, maybe you still have them. I don't know. It's the non-elongated bowl. It's the little tiny circle that you probably had when you were growing up as a kid, or like your first apartment that you ever had. I couldn't fit my genitals in there. And trust me, I got nothing to write home about in that department. But unless you tuck them in, they're going to just be flush against the seat. Who the hell wants that? You need the elongated bowl. Ever had Krispy Kreme donuts? What the hell is the matter with you? Of course I've had Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh, it says the independent place in Chillicothe, not the national brand you can buy anywhere. No. I'll have, next time I go to my vacation home in Chillicothe, I will check it out for you. I've not been there in a while. The last time I was there was when I used to host Buckeye Roundtable, which was, 18 years ago. Isn't Bruce Hooley the douchebag from radio up here in Cleveland? Stop it. He was our douchebag first. Then he went to Cleveland. Now he's back being a douche. Hooley went off the rails, or was he always that way? He always, yeah. Look, man, there are people, and I'm sure there are some of you, that take all these things super serious because you think that if the right candidate isn't in office, your entire life will stop. And this is what I say to my wife all the time. Of course I have preferences. I vote. She votes. There are ways that I want this country to be run, right? But the reality is, nothing changes inside my house. I make the rules, I set the vibe inside here, and that's all I can control. And pre-medicated Mike had a hard time dealing with that. But I've learned through therapy and help and medication and experience over the years that there is nothing I can do or say that's going to change society. Only the arrogant think that, man. Only the arrogant think I have to put this sign in my yard. I have to put this sticker on my car. I got to wave this flag. I'm not like that. You hear me get worked up about things on the air, but look, I'm filling 3 hours. I'm trying to do a show for you. I try not to take myself that seriously. I use this comparison all the time. We are the empty calories of radio. We are the drive-through window. We're never going to be gourmet. We're never going to win the awards. We're never going to be NPR. And that's okay. I dealt with that a long time ago. I came to grips with that a long time ago because you know what? NPR, and I'm not knocking it. There is stuff that I listen to. I like NPR podcasts just like the next guy. NPR is out there getting 5 shares. I'm getting 25 shares. Okay? Fine dining restaurants are great. But you know where the biggest line is at noon on a Wednesday? The Greasy Spoon fast food place. That's me. I have no problem being that. My glass is empty, and I have brought the bottle. Ratings go where the pee-pee talk goes. That's exactly right. You know what else I learned over the years? No one cancels you for poo-poo pee-pee. So we're all sophomoric idiots. I had a surgeon tell me the other, this is a person who cuts people open, saying the hardest he laughs is when we play the fart sounds on the air. We all can use a little escape, right? I'm not saying you live your life that way, but if you can escape for a few hours a day or a few hours a week, depending on what your schedule is, to listen to the show and have a laugh, that's all that matters. Life's hard enough, man. The show helps me so much while Chase sucks my soul during the day. I get it, man. I take that responsibility seriously. I do. You know, about a year ago, I had to decide what I wanted to do because my contract was up. And I was, for the first time in my career, seriously contemplating not doing it anymore. It's exhausting, and I can't explain it to you. It's mentally exhausting. But the station was going through so much turmoil, and we were losing bosses. We were, going through a sale that never really happened, and I didn't want to add to that. I felt a sense of responsibility to the people who work at the station to try and keep things as stable as I possibly could. And to you guys, I know what it's like to work shitty jobs and you need an escape from something. I don't take that responsibility lightly. And look, I am thrilled that people can have this type of connection. I'm thrilled that on a Friday night, you guys can sit here at 8:30 and hear me talk about nothing. But we had one of these events not too long ago. I think it was the Man and Bone band thing where people paid for the boxes. And by the way, I understand, like, oh, it's too much money. I can't do. We're not gonna do that stuff anymore. That stuff's cool. I'm glad we did it. I'm super happy that everybody came out. I don't want you to spend that type of money on the show anymore. So I told the radio station, I don't want to do it. So if we do something in the future, it'll be super affordable or free. I promise you. Anyway, I go around and I'm trying to talk to everybody who came to this event because they spent an ungodly amount of money to hang out with me and Bone. And they bought a t-shirt and a, shot glass and whatever. And I'm walking around talking to people and everybody's got their own story. Hey man, I've been listening to you since blah. I remember the first time I was listening to you. I remember going to Donato's Pizza with you and Spielman. I work a crappy job and you helped me through that. I suffer from depression. You made me feel like it was okay. I take that seriously too. And I'm not going to stop talking about that. And it's not easy for me to do. Trust me. I'd much rather just go through my life and go through my treatment and not have to discuss it. But that's not going to do anything. That's the one thing where I can say I can help somebody. Tell you who to vote for? I'm not going to do that. Tell you to look out for yourself and be your own advocate? I will tell you to do that. But I'm talking to somebody and he was telling me a story about how he listens to the show every single day. And people listen differently. People listen live on the radio. People listen on podcast. People listen 2 weeks ago to the show, whatever. And he was saying how he listens to the show in the middle of the night because he sits up with his son who has a terminal illness and he's on night duty to make sure the kid is still breathing. And he listens to the show to pass the time and have a few laughs so he doesn't have to think about the situation in front of him. Now, I'm the guy on the radio that plays fart noises and talks about pee-pee no worky. But I don't know how anybody can hear a story like that and not have responsibility, not have a burden and carry that. I can't just hear that and go home and that's the end of my day. When I stop doing the show one day, I'm going to think about all of you that count on me for a routine and that guy and whoever the next version of that guy is. And I think about that stuff. Trust me. I take it seriously. I know Van Stone personally. How was he as a boss? He's a boss, you know? Wasn't the most personable guy in the world. Would sometimes go out of his way to avoid conversation. I'll tell you that it's not, there's no point to that. No point. My wife hates that I do the yap voice for anything that sounds even remotely close to that sound. So do I. That doesn't stop. Does Van Stone have the Mustang Cobra? He did. I don't know if he still does. I think he got rid of it because people were trying to race him. I'll tell you a little story about Dave Van Stone. Dave Van Stone was my general manager when we were owned by the Wolf family, by Dispatch, that of course owned newspaper and Channel 10. And we had some sort of like thing where if you give to the United Way in your paycheck a certain amount, then you were eligible to win certain prizes, right? And so I gave to United Way and they had some big drawing. Well, the drawing that they had with the whole staff was when I was on the air doing a show, so I could not attend. They had all these prizes, like a $500 gift card to Best Buy, restaurant stuff, game tickets, like big time prizes. And I sent Keith Allen, who I was talking about before, my buddy, to sit in for me if I happened to win and select my prize. Now, I said he was my buddy. He was not for about 2 weeks after this because I was so pissed off at him. One of the prizes you could select was the general manager, Dave Van Stone, the big boss, comes to your house and cooks you dinner. I'd rather fucking die than have that. I was the first name drawn. First name drawn. Every prize on the table. $500 gift card, Buckeye football tickets, all this other crap. Keith Allen thinks, man, it'll be really funny if I pick Dave Van Stone comes to the house because he's going to hate that. And that's what he picked. And I was so pissed off at him. And I tried to avoid it. I tried to avoid it completely, thinking that he would not want to come and he would forget. And like once a week, when are we going to do the dinner? When are we going to do dinner? Finally, I just relented. I didn't want him to come to my house. So we had dinner at my in-laws' house. I made him come there. But I still had to make conversation and have that whole thing where he came to my house and he came to their house and cooked dinner for all of us. I wanted to die. Also, there was a time where I was looking for a new house. We're house shopping. And we go to this house in Powell. Very nice house. You know, I was excited to see it from the listing. Walking up the driveway, next door, I see Dave Van Stone on the driveway. And I said something to my wife like, Mila Kunis can be spread eagle in this house right now, and there's just money falling from the chandeliers, and I would not buy this house with my boss right next door. No fucking way. No way. Hey, Saltine's here. Saltine, why do they keep cutting my hours at Taco Bell? Because you're always here. That's why. Joey in the garage. I'm worried about you, my friend. Joey, the Amazon employee who just opens people's garages. Just be careful. That's all. You're like one step away from hiding in someone's garage and just be careful. That's all I'm saying. What did he cook? I don't remember what he cooked. I don't remember. The food wasn't good. There's no way the food can be good. Do you still talk to Torg at all? Yes, I talk to Torg. You know, I can text Torg right now because Torg was working on his new contract, and every time he is in some sort of panic mode, that's when I hear from Torg. Not like, hey, how you doing? How's it going? It's like, oh, dude, oh my God, worst thing ever, dude. I gotta tell you about this, dude. That's all I hear from Torg. So let's text him together, shall we? Did you get your new, and yes, I text with one finger like an idiot. Contract done? Question mark. Oddly enough, the Platinum Fox, who was my partner in crime at the Fan for many years, is now Torg's boss. Platinum Fox works over at Saga and runs Q and Sunny. And he's a good guy, good dude. I drive a truck and listen every day starting at 3 in the P. No dead hookers in my truck. Good job, buddy. It's only a few truckers that give you a bad name. I love truckers. You got to weed out the bad ones, though. The ones that are dealing meth out the cab. I ran into your rant after Torg got let go the other day, 11 years later, someone's YouTube page. Yeah, that was fun. Why did Sunny 95 get... That's you, Bone. Shut the hell up, you idiot. Why did Sunny 95 get rid of Dio and Stacy? Because Platinum Fox is an idiot. I have no idea. I have no idea who's doing mornings for them now. I wish them all the best. We don't compete, right? The people who listen to Sunny 95 are not the same audience listening to us. Trust me. Torg's rant about Forrest Gump is an all-time great clip. Listen, I have said this maybe 5 times in my entire life. Torg, you're absolutely right. And that rant on Forrest Gump, when he first explained to me why he hated Forrest Gump, it all clicked in my mind. That's right. You got a slow man, a mentally challenged man who's being taken advantage of by this slut Jenny who only uses Forrest to feel better about herself, cares nothing about his own feelings, has sex with this guy, plays with his mind his entire life. If this were reversed, if it was a slow woman and some dude just playing with her the entire time, there's no way Hollywood makes that movie. No way. Screw you, Robin Wright Penn, Jen A. I'm glad you got the HIV. CD room tour. I can't pick this up. I can't take you in there. You know what? I promise one of the shows I'll do it from in there. I promise. And never mind. Just remember Jenny's damaged too. Who cares? What does that mean? So that means you go ruin somebody else's life? You just toy with them like a marionette puppet for your own jollies? There's lots of people in life that are damaged. Doesn't mean you hurt other people and string them along. It drives me nuts. Well, I had a bad childhood. My father was crappy to me, so I'm crappy to my kids that way. No! You break the cycle. You be better than that. Ever doing a Man and Bone Fest? You know, oddly enough, T-Bone was talking to me today about doing some sort of fest. And I said, you shut your mouth. I don't want to do it. He's the reason why. By the way, T-Bone's mom is the reason why COVID existed. I'm telling you. Because we had Man and Bone Fest planned. Tickets were sold. It was sold out. We were going to plan a stage show. The sponsor for Man and Bone Fest was the Lion's Den, who sponsors this podcast or YouTube show, whatever, right now. And T-Bone's mom was so horrified at the Lion's Den and us having like dancing dildos on the stage, which, by the way, we would have. She said she was praying that it didn't happen. that it was going to get canceled. Well, good news. She prayed COVID into existence because it didn't happen and it got canceled. So, Mrs. Smith, I hope you're happy. Let's see, what did he text me? Oh, yes. So I said, Torg, did you get your new contract done? Yes, finally. It ran out. It sucked. I've had complications from pneumonia for 3 months. What the hell? This stuff you don't tell me. But like Jerry Elliott pisses on the seat and I get 19 text messages from you. Pneumonia for 3 months. This guy. Remember, Torg had, Bone, what is it called? I call it Gillian Anderson all the time. It's not Gillian Anderson. It's, is it Gillian Barre? Whatever it is. He had that years ago. Like bad. Where he couldn't even move. That's right. Gillian Barre. Gillian Anderson from the X-Files is what he had. All right. If I pour myself, listen to me. I've had half of this. This is 116 proof. Okay. Now I'm not going anywhere tonight. I'm in the comfort of my own home. However, I'd like to be able to walk up the stairs and actually read my daughter her bedtime story. And if you're wondering what it is Piggy and Gerald, the elephant and the pig. I do all the voices. And actually, Samantha suggested to me that I bring the book downstairs and read it for you. And let me tell you something. I may be a little tipsy. I'm not that drunk. Okay? Maybe someday. But I appreciate all of you coming here on your Friday night and spending time with me. I'm going to go and put my kid to bed and then hang out with Weepy McGee and watch the Olympics that I already watched earlier today, but I will sit with her and watch the Olympics. And we will do this again soon. So thank you to all of you. Thank you to Lions Den for sponsoring this and taking time out of your evening to be with me. I do not take it lightly. I appreciate you. Now I'm awkwardly going to end this thing. How the hell do I do it? Oh, end stream. Bye-bye.